I'm going to do a short video for anyone who wants to relieve any lower back pain or just have a quick 15-minute routine that you can do in the mornings or perhaps whenever you can squeeze it into your busy day. So, as I've always start with some breathing practices. We're just going to sit nice and tall, cross the legs if that's available to you. If it's not, feel free to sit with the legs out in front in Dandasana. Just pull out the flesh from beneath the bottom, sit nice and tall. Perhaps tuck the chin in slightly to help you sit tall. You can let the hands face upwards on the back of the knees. And we're just going to try a couple of Ujjayi breaths together. So Ujjayi is through the nose with the mouth closed, breathing in the lungs, letting them expand, letting the rib cage open up. So breathe in for the count of 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release, let the ribs contract down. 3, 2, 1. Inhaling again. And exhale completely. One more time. And exhale completely. You can bring those hands into the heart center, set an intention for the day, for the practice, perhaps to go easy on yourself, perhaps to work harder in some places. And then gently flicker the eyelids open. We're going to inhale those arms straight up, look up to the fingertips. And then we're going to exhale them nice and wide. Let the right hand plant down, left arm can go up on an inhale. On an exhale, we're going to reach over to the right. And try not to let that right arm and the left arm come forward. Try and keep that shoulder drawn back so you're in a nice straight line. If your neck's lovely today, you can look up at those fingertips. Inhale, come back to the centre, plant that hand down. Bring the other arm up over the head, look up, and then exhale, reach over again, being sure not to let that arm fall forward. Opening up nice and straight, gaze to the fingertips if you want to. And then slowly come back now to the centre. This time we're going to inhale the arms up, look up at the fingertips. And as we exhale, we're going to let the palms come down in front of us. I'm going to stay really tall in this one today. I'll just show you from the side. And you're trying to make sure that the sits bone stays down. If it starts to lift off, stay here. If it's nice and planted, you can keep reaching down, walking those fingertips away, letting the head come down. Staying here for 3 or 4 breaths. And then slowly inhale, returning all the way back up. We're going to roll over onto all fours and try and get the knees underneath the hip and try and get the hands underneath the shoulders, shoulder width apart, hip width apart with the knees. And as we inhale, we're going to dip the belly, take our gaze up. Exhale, we're going to tuck the chin in and arch the back. Should be the upper back that arches. Inhale, dip the belly, looking up. Exhale, tuck the chin and arch the back. Inhale. And exhale. And then finally coming back to tabletop. We're going to just open up the lower back a little bit. First we're going to lift up the arm, reach it out forward. That's level 1. You can stay there. Exhale, drop it down. Try the right arm. Exhale, drop it down. This time I'm going to extend the right leg. Inhale the left arm up, and then I'm going to lift the left leg. And then exhale, drop it down. Let's try the other side. Extend first. Inhale, lift the arm, lift the leg. Exhale, drop it down. And we'll try one more. We're going to extend that leg. Lift it up, lift the left hand. If you want to, if it's available to you, you can open up the arm and the leg towards the outside. Bring it back in, drop it down. And let's try the right, extending that leg out. The right arm comes up, and then we're just opening up diagonal. So the right arm goes out to the right, left arm goes out to the left. Slowly draw it back in, drop it down, and then just take a little child's pose there for me. Take 2 breaths here. Try and keep your breath audible to yourself. And then slowly roll all the way back up. We're going to take a couple of twists. So from kneeling, we're going to take your left hand onto the right knee. Right palm is going to slide along the back of the body, trying to reach round. And we inhale nice and tall. As we exhale, we take the belly, the chest. If you feel like it, the chin, and you're reaching these fingertips around the body, trying to grab hold of the thigh. It doesn't matter if they don't get all the way around. And gently release. Swap those hands over, slide the back of the palm along the side of the body. Inhale nice and tall, exhale belly, chest and chin if you want to. And slowly release, coming back round to the centre. From here you're going to walk the hands forward, tuck those toes under and push up into downward facing dog. You can walk out your dog, it's the first dog of the day. Draw the shoulder blades down the body. Pushing into the palms, pushing the heels down. Drawing the belly back towards the spine. Shake the head, yes, no, make sure there's no tension there. And then we're slowly going to walk our hands back towards the feet. We're going to hang in ragdoll for a moment. And if this is too painful, you can bend the knees as much as you want to. Take that strain out of the lower back. Inhale, lengthening, exhale, try and get closer and closer to the thighs. And then perhaps if you want to, you can add this little sway side to side, bringing the upper body round the knees if you want to. From here, let the fingertips rest down. Inhale, look forward, lift the gaze. Exhale, drop it down. We're going to lift up the toes and see if we can tuck our hands underneath the toes for gorilla pose. So you should have your big toe on top of the pad of the thumb. From here you can see my knees are really, really bent. As I inhale, I'm going to try and stretch my back and look forward, trying to lengthen the legs. As I exhale, I'm going to bend the knees and bend the elbows out to the side, drawing my chest down onto the thighs. Inhale, lifting, extending. Exhale, drop it down, bending, tucking. Inhale. And exhale. This time I'm going to lift up the fingertips. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, drop it back. And then I'm going to walk my hands back into that downward facing dog. And remember your down dog check, you can come forward into plank. And when you're in plank pose, you shouldn't need to move your hands and feet. You can just push back into downward facing dog. So let's all come forward into plank. Make sure your bum's not high, you're in a nice straight line, shoulders are drawn back. And then we're going to let our wrists drop down, our elbows drop down, untuck the toes, inhale up for cobra. Exhale, pushing back, child's pose. And then in our child's pose, we're going to take our knees nice and wide, giving a bit more space for the chest to come through. Resting down here. And on your next inhale, see if you can walk your fingertips all the way over to the right, just until you feel a nice stretch all the way down the left side of the body. And then rest there. After 2 breaths here, we're going to walk the fingertips back to the centre and all the way over to the left. Resting here for 2 or 3 breaths. And then find your way back to the centre. Bring the body weight back over the wrist, tuck those toes under, push back to downward facing dog. If you're a jumper, you can jump. Otherwise, you bend that foot, bring it forward, use the right hand if you need to. Come up onto the fingertips, look forward, draw the left foot in. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Gaze goes up to the fingertips. Exhale, palms come down either side. And we're opening up for Samasthihi. So then we have a couple of minutes just working on the lower back. Nice and easy poses. If you want a little bit more, if you want to get into your sun salutations, you can. I'll post another video for that. That's just a few quick ways to open up the spine and the lower back.